This video was created by Violent Pika, a Violent Pika lover. Hello everyone, this is Pika Lover here, back with another Borderlands 2 video for you guys, and today I'm going to be talking about the worst Jakobs weapons. This will feature some Jakobs weapons that do not fire as fast as you could pull the trigger. If you forgot the ones that don't fire as fast as you could pull the trigger, take a look at my video of that. And these will be the 14 worst weapons made by Jakobs, starting right now. Number 14, the Judge. Yeah, I'm not really that much of a fan of the Judge. Perhaps this is my opinion, but I don't really like the Judge. One thing I really don't like about the Judge is that it's basically ordinary, and it comes with a TDR barrel, meaning that there's nothing really special. So basically, it's just ordinary and not really too good of a gun. It's just ordinary. But if you like this gun and if you want it, it can be obtained from the Assassin's Destruct Peak or Assassin Wani from Southpaw and Steam. Number 13, the Law. The Law isn't my favorite pistol. Okay, perhaps this is my opinion, but I don't really like the Law. Well, maybe it could be a good melee weapon, but it's not really a good gun. Basically, it's just ordinary. There's nothing really special about it. Well, there is one thing that's pretty special. I looked at the weapon card, and it says it has 100% melee damage instead of 50. But I guess the Law could be good, but I'm just not really that much of a fan of it. It does basically ordinary damage, but if you want the Law, it could be obtained from completing the quest, Won't Get Fooled Again. It can also be obtained after killing the Sheriff of Lynchwood in Lynchwood, aka Nisha. Number 12, the Hammer Buster. Like I said, I was gonna go over it in the video. That was the video I was talking about. One thing I really don't like about the Hammer Buster is that, number 1, low magazine size. Number 2, nothing special. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about the Hammer Buster, but it's not even good than all the other weapons. And that's why it kinda sucks. But if you like the Hammer Buster, and if you want to get yourself something that looks nice or cool, the way to get the Hammer Buster is by killing McNally. However, if you don't want the Hammer Buster, if you want to avoid the Hammer Buster, I won't disown you. No one will. Cause it's a piece of crap. If someone does, screw them. Number 11, the Stomper. Now, this thing is not really special. It doesn't really do good enough damage, and it's not really special. And the main real thing, I just don't like that it's not really special. However, it does have enhanced critical hit damage, but there's nothing really special about the Stomper. And it's not even better than all the other kind of weapons that are in the game. Basically, it usually deals the amount of damage as a normal Jakobs assault rifle. But if you like those, and if you want the Stomper, it can be obtained from completing the quest, Hungry Like a Skag. Number 10. The Striker. Now, I'm not really a fan of the Striker. One thing I really don't like about the Striker, there is no special effects, and I really hate the Striker because of its terrible recoil, and I just don't really like it because it's not really special. However, the upside that it has is that it has type pellet spread. You can use it as a sniper, but I don't like the Striker. It's just basically kind of bad in combat. And yeah, if you want the Striker, it can be attained from Old Slappy. However, if you end up losing your mind, just don't blame me. Just don't get the Striker. Number 9. The Godfinger. One thing I really hate about the Godfinger, it's basically easy to explain. The one thing I don't like about the Godfinger is that it's a bolt action. You have to pull on the thing. The Vault Hunter has to pull on the thing for the next bullet, which does decrease its fire rate and reload speed. And the farther away you are, the more damage you deal. Sometimes you may not even deal enough damage with the Godfinger. Even when farther away, it may sometimes be hard to snap. Well, that's basically my opinion. But if you like the Godfinger, it can be obtained from a save editor, or if you're playing on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, it can be attained from Tubbies on OP8. Number 8. The Orphan Maker. The one thing that sucks about the Orphan Maker, well, I was starting to really like the Orphan Maker at first because it does high damage. It has a really high base damage. The weapon card says that it does 850% weapon damage. The only main problem with this gun is that the Orphan Maker can kill you as you pull the trigger. If you try to click on your mouse real fast, that can do serious damage to you. If you're trying to kill an enemy with that thing, you can get yourself killed pretty fast. And that's basically why it's not really good. So anyway, if you want the Orphan Maker, you can get it from after completing the quest, Message in a Bottle, in Oasis. Number 7. The Tidal Wave. Yeah, this thing is really bad. Get this, I thought I was gonna really like the Tidal Wave. It turns out, not really. One thing that sucks about the Tidal Wave is that the Tidal Wave fires a projectile pattern of a wave, But the problem is, it doesn't do enough damage. And the bullets ricochet off of everything. Well, I'm not so sure if everything is the right way to say it, but it does ricochet off of surfaces and enemies after it's been hit. It just doesn't do enough damage. So, it's not really a really good weapon. But, if you want the tidal wave, it can be obtained after completing the quest, Uncle Teddy. Number 6. The Hydra. I definitely know what I'm gonna say to the Hydra. Now, one thing that I hate about the Hydra is that the Hydra doesn't have a good magazine size, and I hate its terrible projectile pattern. If you're unfamiliar with the Hydra fires a couple of pellets in 5 separate areas, but it goes just way too far and doesn't even have a good pellet spread. They just split away. The only way to deal damage to enemies, or to snipe with it, or get critical hits with this thing, is that you have to come up close. Otherwise, well, it's just not good. But if you want the Hydra, it could be obtained from killing Rouge in the Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt DLC. Number 5. The Rex. I really hate the Rex. Basically, it doesn't do enough damage, as I heard. And you rarely get the Rex with the sight. And if you miss, you'll have to wait for a couple of seconds, which kinda sucks. And it has pretty bad DPS, which basically makes the Rex pretty terrible. But if you like the Rex, it could be obtained from Bull's Toss in Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt DLC. Number 4. The Damned Cowboy. Yes, this is a gun that also doesn't fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. It says that it fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, but it doesn't. However, it just has pretty bad DPS and doesn't really do good damage. And it's just not even good. It's just not really a really good gun. And it's not really a good gun in combat. But if you like to mess around with that thing, or if you really like the Damned Cowboy, it could be obtained from killing Bloodtail. That's his name, Bloodtail. Number 3. The Unforgiven. The Unforgiven doesn't fire as fast as you can pull the trigger as well. I explained that in the video of guns and weapons that don't fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. So I just don't really like the Unforgiven. The Unforgiven doesn't fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. However, it's not worser than the Rex, but still, it's not really too good. And it may not even, it may have some pretty high recoil, which I kind of forgot to explain about the Rex. but they're both bad, but the Rex is worse than the Unforgiven. But if you like the Unforgiven, it can be obtained from the little guys. That's what I call these guys. It can also be obtained from tubby enemies on OP8. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Or you can obtain it from getting lucky and Tiny Tia's loot explosion in the Assault on Dragon Keep DLC. Number 2, the Buffalo. Now, this is also a bolt action. Not only is the Buffalo a bolt action, but it doesn't come with a scope. It doesn't come with a damage accessory. Basically, it can only come with a bipod or a stability plus, or yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't remember what else it can or can't come with, but the Buffalo is just pretty terrible. Sometimes it can be hard to aim with iron sights, and yeah, that's kind of basically iron sights aren't really easy to use, and if you miss, this will give you a pretty harder time. But if you want the Buffalo, it can be obtained from after completing the quests that Scooter has given you in Lynchwood, and then complete the quest Demon Hunter. After you complete the Demon Hunter quest, you get the Buffalo. Number 1, the Elephant Gun. Yeah, as the red text says, hated by a bunch of people. I'm one of the people that hates the Elephant Gun. That's right, I freaking hate the Elephant Gun. Why? Number 1, a bolt action. Number 2, takes a longer time than other bolt actions. And number 3, it doesn't even come with a scope. Number 4, it also doesn't come with iron sights, cause it has a Hyperion barrel instead of a Jakobs barrel. But I guess the upside to this is that it has pretty high base damage, and it kind of sounds like Lavender Down as soon as you fire it. As soon as you click on the mouse, it kind of reminds me of the Lavender Town from the Lavender Town of the Pokemon games. But if you want the Elephant Gun, it can be obtained from killing Arizona. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, give it a like. And as always, my name is Pika Lover, and I'm going to see y'all later.